everybody. Welcome back to the EastandDan Podcast, episode 20, the big 2-0. Thank everybody that's been here since episode 1. So, Daniel, you want to tell them what we're doing today?
Of course, and today, it's that time of year. We're going to give you our March Madness brackets. You know, the games maybe have already started, but we're still giving you our brackets. So, with that being said, let's get on to the first segment.
Alright, guys, without further ado, I'm going to start us off with the East region, the top right side of the bracket. First off, Duke versus Ambermount. Duke's got this. All right.
He's gonna win. I can assure you that.
Next, we got Mississippi State versus Baylor. Give me Baylor. All right. Next, we have Oregon versus Liberty. Give me Oregon. Let's go. Go Ducks. Next, we have Arizona versus Akron, Ohio. Ain't that where LeBron is from? Anyways, I know Daniel hates Arizona, but Arizona's going to win it. All right, we got Arizona winning this one. Next, we have BYU versus VCU. We have BYU. We are strong believers that they are going to do good in this tournament. Next, we have Wisconsin versus Montana. We have Wisconsin. They are going to win. Then we have the St. Mary's versus Vanderbilt. Give us St. Mary. Give us St. Mary's.
St. Mary's.
The St. Mary's. You know how it is. Alabama versus Robert Morris. We're giving it to Robert Morris. No, I'm just joking. Alabama.
Robert Morris. That sounds like some founding father.
I know, bro. That sounds like my neighbor that had no family at all. All right. Next, going back up the bracket, we have Duke versus Baylor. Give me Duke. We got Duke. And next, we have Oregon versus Arizona. You know, let Daniel have his rest. Oregon's winning this one. Arizona is leaving the building. Next, we have BYU versus Wisconsin. And we have BYU. Let's see if they can keep this run going. I doubt they can, but let's just see. Next, we have St. Mary versus Alabama. We got Bama.
Yeah.
Run the route again. All right. All right, going back up, we have Duke versus Oregon. We have Duke. Just an insane team. Next, we have BYU versus Bama. I know we had faith in BYU, but, you know, everything comes to an end. Bama takes this one.
Yep.
So now, we have Duke versus Bama. Come on. We got Duke. We got Duke going to the Final Four.
All right, next up, we have the loaded South region, and it's about to get crazy. Auburn against Alabama State. That was a crazy first 4 game. Auburn is smoking them. Next up, we got Louisville, the boys from Kentucky, or Creighton. Louisville, baby. Next up, we got Michigan against UC San Diego. As much as people are saying UC San Diego is going to storm in and beat the Blue, that's not happening. Michigan, the Big Ten champs, are going to keep going. And ladies and gentlemen, if I asked you the question what month it is, if you watch this in the first 20 days, it is March, and March equals madness. Yale is beating Texas A&M.
Yeah!
I'm telling you.
That's right!
Go whatever Yale's mascot is. Now you got Ole Miss against North Carolina. Everyone's saying, North Carolina shouldn't have made it. I'm the West Virginia governor. I'm going to sue everyone. North Carolina's going to the round of 32. They might even win the whole thing. Now, you got Iowa State against Lipscomb. They suck. So we're going to Iowa State.
Yeah! Lipscomb! Get out! Get out, Lipscomb!
Yeah. Yeah. You sound like a toothpaste brand.
That is true.
Then you got Marquette against the Lobos of New Mexico. We're going with New Mexico. It's the one state that separates us. And now you got Michigan State and Bryant. Bryant, even though you have my neighbor's last name, that doesn't mean you can beat Michigan State. Michigan State's gonna win. Next up in the round of 32 in the South region, Auburn against Louisville. Louisville's gonna lose. Loserville. Oh, Auburn's gonna win. That was not tough. Michigan against Yale. Can Yale's magical run continue? Yes, they will lose as Michigan are storming into wherever that game's being played, and they are winning. Next up, we got North Carolina against Iowa State. Two Cyclones. We watched them get cooked in football. Maybe they can be good at basketball. Now we got New Mexico against Michigan State, and the Spartans are going to continue on. The Spartans have some big white dude, I know that. But that's all I really know about them. Auburn against Michigan. Gotta go with the Tigers.
That's right.
They're not good at football, so at least they're good at something. Yep. Now you got Iowa State against Michigan State. We're rolling with the Spartans. Spartans are going to continue and beat Iowa State. And now in the Elite Eight, Auburn, Michigan State. Who's going to take the crown? And who will go to San Antonio?
Don't tell me.
It's going to be the Spartans. What's this guy's problem?
Spartans?
Michigan State is advancing to the Final Four. They will play the winner of the West region. But before that, Ish, you want to tell them about the Midwest region?
All right, boys, to start the first round, we have Houston versus SIUE.
SIUE. Southern Illinois University.
SIUE.
East.
Anyways, we got Houston. All right, next we got Gonzaga versus Georgia. We know who the better Bulldogs are.
Zags.
Gonzaga! Next, we have Clemson versus McNeese. That sounds like a white rapper from the early 2000s. Clemson. We got Clemson. Next, we have Purdue versus High Point. High Point sounds like a high school, so we have Purdue. And then we got Illinois versus Texas. I don't even know. So we have Illinois.
The playing game.
Yeah. All right, now we have Kentucky versus Troy. Troy sounds like a 22-year-old that likes minors. All right, give us Kentucky. All right.
Bro, Troy reminds me of the dude from High School Musical, bro.
Yep, he wears his Leatherman jacket every day, even though he's 32 and works at McDonald's.
Got the same fit on every day.
Exactly. All right, next we have UCLA versus Utah State. Give us UCLA all the way down in California. Next we have Tennessee versus Wofford. That sounds like a high school from a Netflix 2002 original. All right, give us Tennessee.
Hey, quick pause. Wofford has the coolest logo in all of March Madness. If you did this off of logos, Wofford's winning the whole thing. I'll tell you that.
All right, going back up the bracket, we have Houston versus Gonzaga. Who will win? Give us Houston. Next, we have Clemson versus Purdue. Give us Clemson. Give us the Tigers. The Tigers. All right, now we have Illinois versus Kentucky. It's March Madness for a reason. We got some madness going on. Illinois is going to take it. Next.
Yeah, I hate you, Kentucky.
Yeah, we have UCLA versus Tennessee. I'm sorry, California. Get your bougie butts out of here. Tennessee's taking it. All right, next. We have Houston versus Clemson. March Madness. Clemson. Next. We have Illinois versus Tennessee. Give us Illinois. We think they're going to have a far run. Illinois. Now, we have Clemson versus Illinois. Who will win it?
5 or 6 in the Elite Eight.
Who will win? Illinois. They made a good run. Clemson. They beat the number 1 seed.
Lord.
This guy. Clemson's winning it. So
You pointed the
Clemson
wrong
is
way.
this guy. All right. So we have Clemson joining the top 4.
And in the final region, it's the West. And we're going to start off from a team in the most eastern state. It's Florida against Norfolk State.
That sounds like a witch school from YouTube.
They're definitely from, like, Massachusetts or something.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, we got Florida. And now you got UConn against Oklahoma. Even though the Luke Combs says ain't no love in Oklahoma, there ain't no basketball in Oklahoma either. UConn's winning. Now, Memphis against Colorado State. Memphis has the cool pyramids, so we picked them. That's not why we picked them. And Maryland against GCU. Go Grand Canyon. You guys are going to lose to the Marylands. And now, you got Missouri against one of the top rappers of all time, Drake.
He
Drake's
likes
gonna
minors. No, I'm just joking.
Okay, bud. Texas Tech against a team that
UNCW.
isn't good.
Yep.
So Texas Tech's going to win. And then you got the Jayhawks of Kansas against the Razorbacks of Arkansas. Go Jayhawks. Kansas is going. And then St. John's, which sounds like a hospital, against Omaha. We got St. John's.
Omaha. Wait, St. John's?
You are not Peyton Manning.
You said St. John?
We picked St. John's.
Oh no, someone just good.
Who's this guy?
Are you sure? Okay,
Florida.
I guess we chose St. John. Okay.
St. John's the 2 seed, bro. Florida versus UConn. We got Florida. Memphis against the Mary of the land. Memphis. Drake, a pretty trash rapper, against Texas Tech. We got Texas Tech. Please never do that again. Kansas against, I thought we picked St. John's. He thought we did Omaha. Who's picking Omaha? St. John's, we got the hospital being eliminated to the Jayhawks. Kansas is advancing. Florida, Memphis. We got the Gators. I hate Florida. Texas Tech versus Kansas. Jayhawks are continuing their magical run.
Let's go!
To the Elite Eight against Florida, and Kansas will go all the way to the Elite Eight, and then they will lose to Florida. Florida is advancing to the Final Four against Michigan State.
All right, boys.
So, our Final Four games, Michigan State against Florida, and Duke against Clemson. Michigan State is going to the championship game against whoever we put on the other side, but Michigan State is knocking off the Gators.
Ladies and gentlemen, JDs and Lennon, Clemson versus Duke.
You want to tell them who your favorite
Duke's
team
winning
is?
it! Duke's winning it! Get that out of here! Duke's winning.
And ladies and gentlemen, in the championship game, this has got to be the best game of all time. We spent maybe an hour going back and forth on who's going to win this game. Is it a Spartan party or is it a Blue Devil party? I thought the Spartans were going to win. He thought the Blue Devils were going to win. We debated and we came to an agreement. And that agreement is Michigan State is going to lose to Duke.
Yeah! Let's go! Duke's winning it! Without further ado,
Cooper Flagg in his freshman season is going to win March Madness, and hot take, he's going to come back to college. But Cooper Flagg is going to lead Duke to a national championship game in San Antonio against Michigan State. So Duke is going to win March Madness. And with that being said, East, can we send him off to the next segment?
let's go! Alright, guys, time for EastandDan News of the Week. I want to start off with my Bears. We cooked in free agency, alright? We're cooking. First off, let me just talk about the lineman room we got here, bro. Oh my gosh. Joe Thuney. Chiefs, we traded with the Chiefs in exchange for a 2026 fourth-round pick. Dude, he's insane. And then we got multiple Deo Adedingo or something. He's insane. Another Grady Jarrett, $43.5 million a year. He's insane again. Like, this team is just insane. Drew Dahman, if you guys didn't know, he actually took less money because he wanted to go to the Bears. He was looking for good money, And multiple other teams tried to pay him more, but he decided to take the pay cut to go to the Bears. We are cooking up, and then this also sets us up to get Ashton Genty in the draft. This is setting us up perfectly. And there's also one thing. In 2017, I just want to say this. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but in 2017, Bears draft a rookie quarterback. 2018 and 2025, Bears got a new head coach. 2017 through 2018 and 24 through 25, Trump goes into office. You know what happened in 2018 year? 2018, the Bears go to the NFC Championship.
And then
the Bears are going.
2019, they double doink. Yeah.
Anyways, Bears are going to the NFC Championship. Oh, okay, I'm not going to jinx ourselves, but it's what it's looking like. History always repeats itself. Let's hope it just changes it a little bit here. Just a little bit, you know? A straight line, we just need to, like, at the very end, we just need it to go shloop, 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 shloop. All right, anyways, that's for the Bears. Daniel, do you want to talk about what the Vikings have done?
Yeah, so now I'm going to talk about the actual best team in the NFL. The Minnesota Vikings, man. So the Minnesota Vikings started off hot. They re-signed their star running back in Aaron Jones to a 2-year, $20 million deal. And then they re-signed their star corner, Byron Murphy, to a 3-year, $54 million deal. And they went off. Started off by signing Ryan Kelly, star Pro Bowl caliber center, to a 2-year, $18 million deal. And then here was the big one. They signed Pro Bowl Jonathan Allen to a 3-year, $51 million deal. They weren't done. They signed other star D-tackle, Javon Hargrave, to a 2-year, $30 million contract. And then they signed the best player in all of free agency, Will Fries, the offensive guard, signed for a 5-year, $88 million deal. That's a lot of money. But when you're one of the best players in free agency, that's what you get. Then we traded for Jordan Mason, acquired Rondale Moore to be a wide receiver 3, acquired Justin School, acquired Eric Wilson. He's back. And then look at these secondary replacements. We re-signed our Vikings legend Harrison Smith, and then look at the corners we signed. Jeff Okudah, top 3 pick. Isaiah Rodgers, never heard of him. Tavier Thomas, I think he's good. Theo Jackson is back. And we got our punter back, Ryan White. The Minnesota Vikings Super Bowl window is now, and they are going to win East. That's all I have.
There has been some... Daniel's wrong. Anyways, so... free agency has been pretty cool.
Okay?
Yeah. I just need like a second and a half.
Okay.
Anyways,
Okay.
Devontae Adams is on the Rams, and we had tons of technical issues. A week ago, Devontae Adams was cut, and now he's on the Rams. And something I just saw, Miles Sanders, which you guys probably know him. You should know him. He's on the Cowboys now. And then Geno Smith, he's on the Raiders now. And there's other, and also DK Metcalf. The Seattle Seahawks are losing everything. DK Metcalf is on the Steelers now. I don't know if you've seen the TikToks. The Steelers have the 2 worst crash out receivers in the league. You know how many fights are going to be going on, bro? It won't matter, bro. Their quarterback will throw a dime of a pass if they even get a quarterback. And then you'll just see DK Metcalf and... I forgot his name. Bro. George Pickens. There's going to be helmets flying, fists going into people's faces. They have the most, they have D1 crash outs on their team. And also, one thing, how do the Steelers have a 500 record every year, bro? Their team is horrible every year. But then the Steelers fans say they want to get rid of Mike Tomlin. They're dumb.
That's crazy.
They're dumb.
Think of all these top tier free agents with no teams. Cooper Kupp has no team right now. Tyler Lockett has no team right now. Aaron Rodgers has no team right now. That's crazy. And I honestly see the Steelers signing Aaron Rodgers. They don't want him. No one wants Aaron Rodgers. No one wants Aaron Rodgers. Probably because he played for the Packers, and the Packers suck.
And then one thing, what are the Colts doing? They just gave Daniel Jones $14 million. I don't know. And also, Khalil Herbert used to be on the Bears. I loved him. I don't know why we got rid of him, but he's on the Colts now.
Hey, East, I got a quick question. How does it feel to be a Bears fan? Every season you guys do something in the off season, and then every season you guys go into the year like, we're gonna be good this year. You win the first 4 games, a Hail Mary ruins you or something like that, and then you guys suck. Like, how does that feel? Like, run me through the thought process of that.
It kind of feels like 2 years ago when you guys lost your 5 first games. You guys were 0-5, the Vikings.
I don't remember ever starting 0-5. We were like 1-3.
Nah, you guys went like 0-4, 0-5. But I'm starting to feel like a Cowboys fan. We win the offseason every year.
Whoa. You think you feel like a Cowboys fan? I feel like a Cowboys fan. I'm a Vikings fan. We do so good just to get out in the first round.
I know, but every year we win the offseason. It's like we have so much hype. This is our year, but then we just...
And then you guys suck because you're the Bears.
The Vikings suck too, all right? You guys can win as many regulars.
You won 14 games.
You guys
haven't won 14 games in the last 4 years combined.
What happened in the playoffs?
What happened for you guys in the playoffs? Oh, wait, you didn't make it. At least when making the playoffs, we get extra money for making the playoffs.
What happened in the playoffs?
You lost.
By how much?
What happened in the regular season against the Patriots or the Commanders, the Packers, or us twice?
Our coaching was bad.
That sucks. Get a new coach. What happened
We
against
did.
the Lions on What happened against the Lions on Thanksgiving? Oh, they have 30
Coaching.
seconds left on the clock. They have the line of scrimmage.
Coaching.
Let's just stand here.
Coaching.
Okay, we're down to 20.
Coaching.
15, almost there.
Anyways,
10.
guys, Daniel's being a crash out because he's
3
mad
seconds.
that
Snap
the
the ball,
Bears
snap the
actually
ball.
look like they're going to be good, and the Vikings, J.J. McCarthy's going to be horrible because he's still a rookie, and they're going to be good.
What happened last year for you guys? What happened last year? We're so good. We drafted Caleb Williams.
First off, I never liked drafting Caleb Williams, and I was open about that, how I hated drafting Caleb Williams. I never wanted to, all right? I was very open about that.
Last year, let's flash
Anyways,
back.
guys.
Podcast episode 10, maybe 9. Podcast episode 9.
I said, I don't like Caleb Williams. That's what I said.
You said the Bears. You said the Bears are going to be good this year. You put the Bears in your top 5 NFL teams at the beginning of last year. I remember that. You put the Bears in your top 5. Roll the clip. I don't care.
I'm going with the Bears. I think they make it to playoffs.
They're not a top 5 team.
Bro, they're insane.
He put the Bears in the top 5. That's crazy. With that being said, now let's talk about some crazy NBA news. I'll talk about the Mavericks.
I don't know. You kind of hurt my feelings a little bit. Anyways, the Mavs freaking suck. They're horrible.
Oh, the Mavs have to, close down the franchise.
All right, guys.
Or something.
Guys, let me just run this down for you. First off, let me just start this. They might have to sell the team to Las Vegas. All right, that's what I'm going to start off with. All right, just imagine you're a Mavs fan. You're the Mavs GM right now, which, how is he not gotten fired? You trade away Luka. You get AD. He plays amazing in the first game. He gets injured. All right? Hey, you're fine. Kyrie's going off. All right? He tears his ACL. Out for the rest of the year. All of your players that you got in the trades, injured. Now you're stuck. You only have 8 players. One of them being Klay Thompson. He's washed. He's not playing good. You need to, let me tell you guys this. You need 8 healthy players at least, or 8 playable players to play a game in the NBA, or else you have to forfeit. And no team has ever had to forfeit. They only have 8 players exactly. None of them being starters besides Klay. They're $50 million over the cap limit. They can't get any more free agents.
Have you seen the clip of the Mavs doing shoot-around before the games?
Bro.
It looks like a ghost town.
And let me tell you this. Anthony Davis is in the G League now.
Actually?
Yes. He's in the G League.
That's crazy.
Are 2 of your 8 players that you need to even play in the game are G Leaguers. They have a limit on how many games they can play. And guess what? They only have about 3 more games before they aren't allowed to play anymore. They're going to have to play injured players just to play a game. Just to play in the game. And they're still not trying to tank.
Here's the thing. I don't like tanking because a team could tank and not get the a team could tank and get like the 7th overall pick. But the problem with tanking is, I saw, if you guys know Andrew Fenical, I saw one of his videos about this. Some teams don't tank. Some teams like the Wizards just suck.
Yeah.
But they can't get good because they're never getting the 1st overall pick because it's a random lottery. Teams like the Jazz, they just suck. Okay, that's the Pistons. They're a bit better this year. But teams like that, they just suck. But they can't get better because they never get the 1st overall pick. The Pistons had like 7 wins all of last year and they didn't get the 1st pick. Why? Because of the lottery. We got to make it even. No tanking. Teams don't need to tank because they could make the playoffs and they could still get a top 5 pick.
True.
I hate the NBA. This is why I watch college basketball.
And they wonder why their freaking views are down, bro. We don't even get like cool commercials or music videos for the championship. In 2013, there was a music video with a famous singer just to start the playoffs in every single playoff game. Macklemore, Shakira, whoever you want. Nowadays, you don't even get a championship commercial music video. They don't do anything.
I don't think I've watched an NBA game in probably a year.
I haven't. Last time I watched them was the championship. I say national championship, but championship. Like,
yeah. By the way, guys, if you guys want us to stream maybe some type of game, like maybe like the national championship, maybe like a Final Four game, just let us know. So I think
I would rather watch an NBA 2K simmed game AI than watch an actual NBA game. Because then I can add Shaq if I want to and actually watch a dunk, not watch SGA go and get 30 free throws a game, but then watch Anthony Edwards, the one entertaining player to watch, dunk on people and get no fouls.
Look, this is SGA. This is the defender. The defender goes like this. SGA is flying. Okay? And the refs right here are just like, oh, SGA, are you okay?
They don't treat the right players that are entertaining to watch the right way. Anthony Edwards doesn't get any foul calls. You know he's mad. He's the only entertaining player to watch. Yeah, Jokic, he might be good, but at the end of the day, he's not fun to watch.
Saw some stat, and it was like, yo, SGA, how many points did you drop? And he's like, 37. He's like, nice. And then 32 of them were free throws.
Yeah.
You had 5 points. 5 points. Plus 32 free throws, but 5 points. You suck.
And people are saying he's an MVP. No. All right. They don't treat the right players good enough. To the point, I saw a video. I don't know if you guys have seen it. They need to do something and quick to the point. They might have to make dunks worth 4 points. Like, they might have to have judges on the sideline, and if it's a worthy dunk, they get 4 points. Because nobody wants to sit there and watch this every single game. Let me go home to my horse. Let me go home to horse. And also, give me my free throws, man. Nobody wants to watch that. People want to watch dunks.
When Luka got traded, that was the first time I paid attention to anything that
Oh
happened
yeah,
in
and
the
you know the
NBA?
NBA, like I don't know if something happened. You know there's something under the scenes. Nobody is dumb enough to do that. I guarantee you it was just so the NBA could get more views.
And if you guys want to see the trade broken down, watch podcast episode 19. So, March Madness. Wow.
Yep.
Best time of the year.
All right. Without further ado, guys, we'll see you guys next time, next episode.
Go
See ya.
Michigan State.
See ya.